symbolically for 3 days and rise on the 25th.
In the winter solstice,
All right.
the sun rises.
Symbolizing rebirth. To bring us salvation.
Salvation.
Bring us the beautiful trees. Make the beautiful trees then grow again.
Birds chirping.
Make the energy start this on earth. Just start growing everything because we have more sun now. The sun has conquered the darkness, the evil darkness.
Conquered it.
All right.
So what's our overstand this knowledge? Y'all could be able to understand yourself, God, and universe, everything as one. Because you could understand. This is also within your body, family.
Exactly.
You gotta get out the darkness.
This is the anatomy.
Yeah.
All this what?
Atom.
All this atom.
Anatomy, the study of the body, family. Right?
Right.
You gotta get out the darkness. You gotta turn your what? Your lead into gold. In alchemy, your lead into gold.
You gotta go from red shift to blue shift. All right.
You want to stay in your higher self, your upper self. Like we said, through good deeds, meditation, through eating good,
rising up your
right,
kundalini,
rising your kundalini energy, getting in tune, studying about your chakras, know what all these information means. What is the Bible really saying? It's not history.
This is transcendental truth.
True.
It's all transcendental truth.
And any holy scriptures. And tarot cards, anything, you gotta understand why is these things here. The message was
encoded.
Is encoded. Why? This is codes to ascend inside here. Codes to ascend. It had to be hidden because it was being suppressed.
Exactly.
But who? The Vatican.
Romans, the Radicans, people, the Jesuits.
The Jesuits. They want to keep it what? Suppressed. So when they ran around in their crusades, burning.
People that knew this beautiful knowledge.
Burning the people that knew the knowledge. Calling it what? They call it paganism. Right? They went on the crusades. Burning the beautiful wisdom, family. That's why they had stuff like tarot cards.
Understanding the knowledge of within.
Within yourself.
And without separating yourself. Alright? Without separating yourself.
So you could read stuff like the Hermetica, which was popularized in the Renaissance era, family. The lost wisdom of the pharaohs, right?
You can also check out the Emerald Tablets of Hermes.
Right, family?
You want to learn something.
You got to learn about these.
Simple, most perfection not.
Perfect
Check out
knowledge.
this book. Just read this. It's only a couple pages.
Make
but
sure
this
you check it out.
will elevate your mind. Elevate your mind. And it's only a couple bucks, so.
You gotta know how to read these books. You gotta know how to read these Bibles.
Check these books out.
You gotta know what the Hermetica is. Who is Hermes? Who is Thought?
Thought is the messenger. Thought is would be considered who? The chief for the natives.
So let's read a couple lines of what this is from the Hermetica, right?
Okay.
The forgotten spiritual classic. The Hermetica is a collection of writings attributed to Thoth, a mythical ancient Egyptian sage, whose wisdom is said to have transformed him into a god.
All right. When we say a god, we mean a god consciousness, not
he aware of
the
himself.
divine. We know there's no one like the divine. Okay.
The divine.
But he means
everything.
Transcendental in the truth. The truth allow him to see God, see the truth.
See that everything else is God, that ye are gods.
And get the message, so he was able to go back to his people and spread the wisdom, spread this beautiful wisdom to liberate people's mind. So that there could be more life on earth.
Alright?
Okay?
So let's keep it pushing. Who was venerated in Egypt from at least 3000 BCE is credited with the invention of the sacred hieroglyphic writings and portrayed as a scribe.
Okay.
With the head of an ibis. Can be seen in many temples and tombs.
Okay.
He is the dispatcher of divine messages and the recorder of all human deeds. In the great hall of judgment in the afterlife, the court of the god Osiris, Thoth was established whether the deceased Thought would establish whether or not the deceased had required the spiritual knowledge and purity, so to see if they deserve a place in heaven. Thought was said to have reserved a place in heavens. Thought was said to have revealed to the Egyptians all the knowledge of astronomy, architecture, geometry, medicine, and religion, and was believed by the ancient Greeks to be the architect of the pyramids, right?
Okay.
So you see what they said? The Greeks taught to be the architect of the pyramids, family. So make sure you check this book out, man, so you could, read it.
Get into the knowledge.
Get into it and read it for yourself and have a better understanding,
The Maserat. Once you know this, you know yourself. Once you know yourself, you know God. Because all is atum. Alright? All is Tauruses.
Taurus.
All right.
Taurus field. Where you come out of what?
The uterus.
The uterus. And you come
So you
past the
slip
what?
through what?
Slip past what? The clitoris.
The clitoris.
And you come out what? You have a what? Torso.
Torso.
Right? And there's above, so below. So if this is you and you a torso, what is the universe made of?
Tauruses. Taurus
Tauruses.
fields. All torsos.
An atom.
Red shift, blue shift.
All is atom.
You see? When you look up in the sky and you see all the little stars, you're looking at all the atoms of God.
Exactly.
Okay?
All the brain cells.
All the brain cells. We inside God.
We are gods.
We are God. We are gods.
We need to understand this. You need to decalcify your pineal gland. Get in one. Get in tune, family. This is why we drop in this knowledge, to bring the unity, so we can see the syncretism in every culture. This is the science.
Okay?
The science, family.
And as we see over here, right? In the stories, right? In the stories, you have God and you have Satan, right? So
Okay.
we have the sun ruling in Leo and the moon ruling in Cancer, and opposing them.
Opposing the sun. Who is the sun? Who is the sun?
Jesus. So who would be his enemy? Satan, Saturn.
Set. Who is this?
You see?
Horus. Krishna.
So now
Satan.
the sun, Saturn is Satan. Saturn, Saturday, Satan. They all the same word, they word playing. Okay? Saturn opposes the sun, and Saturn also opposes the moon. So
you
he
see
is the great
opposition?
he is the great opposer, because he opposes the two luminaries, the two life givers.
The Elohim.
The mother and the father, the female and the male. He is the great opposer.
You're gonna always get that bad rep.
See?
See?
So he gonna always be the bad rap. And you see, all this is in what? Midnight time. When people steal, when people do bad stuff, it all happens midnight time.
So imagine-
because it's that energy.
Imagine how it will be in your body if you in midnight time in your mind, in
In
the
your
process,
mind.
in the journey, you want to come out
So
of
if
there.
you're living in midnight in your mind,
You want to come into enthronement.
you're living down here, you in tuning with these
You need
frequencies.
to live up here to the.
You see? You wanna rise up.
You need to be born again. Born again. It's not physically. It's a
It's
spiritual,
spiritual.
mental.
It's in connection with yourself.
Born again. It's
You
a
see?
new you.
When you
can see now.
recognize you God and you Satan, when you do good and you do bad, you want to outdo the bad with the good. Always. You see in them in the cartoons, they always have a little angel and a little devil.
All right.
You see?
The
They have the
duality.
angel on the what side? On the right side, and the devil on the left side. Symbolizing what? The right brain and the left brain. Sarah, Abraham.
Okay. Right.
Okay?
So this is the knowledge y'all need to understand.
So
Don't be fooled by the trick of the government, the
tricknology.
matrix, the technology of the Vatican. You see that Rome
to keep you enslaved.
Rome wants you to believe that history goes back 6,000 years.
But this has been around for billions of years. This truth has been around for so long.
And this truth.
They want to make it seem like it just came around.
You see, this
6,000
truth.
years in the age of Gemini.
The Hermetica, when this in the Renaissance time, when they started getting into this knowledge again, getting into this, that was the Renaissance era, right, family? So you could talk about author Stephen S. Mueller, right?
Okay,
He
Stephen
got
S.
two
Mueller.
books y'all should check out. This is the next two books y'all should check out. From Light into Darkness and The Land of Osiris, right?
Okay.
Stephen S. Mueller went on to spoke about Egypt
All right.
and talk about the indigenous wisdom keepers. So he went to Egypt and did his studies, family. He wrote in the book that Egypt has an antiquity of over 50 to 65,000 years, family. Right? That's a long time, family. This is way before Christ.
Way
Jesus
before Christ.
All right, so y'all need to understand that. And at this time, it was a great consciousness where they was able to build monuments like the pyramids all over the world, because it was a time of the golden ages, the time of knowledge, right, family?
The divine.
Because we know that the pyramids is built in a way that nobody can replicate today. Right, family?
So that symbolized they was at a higher consciousness of mind. There wasn't no slave. They trying to make you believe it was slaves, so you could believe, oh yeah, if slaves built that, you know, well, why we can't build it now?
Exactly.
You know, they trying to lower your vibration. People back then had a higher consciousness. That's why they were able to. That's why they was able to build these.
All right, we in the age of Aquarius now. This is the age of knowledge.
So you have to elevate your mind. So when you go to your piece of land, you know, you could build your pyramid as well and live like king and queen with your family as well. You know what I'm saying? But no, they want you to rely on them. They always wanted you to rely on them.
Right?
They want you to system set up for you to rely on them.
Like we said, they want you to believe that Rome wants you to believe that the history goes back 6,000 years old. And there's Adam and Eve. That's what they want you to believe. So no matter if you make it black or white, it don't matter. The minute you start entertaining what is a black or white, you make the story. You make the story true, family.
Exactly.
Y'all need to understand that. From the minute you start deciding, oh, is it black, is it white? Y'all making the story true. This is not literal. The Bible is not literal. It's called allegory and mysticism. Y'all missing the message.
So when y'all hear rock,